Hey, welcome to Best Bits Tip of the Day. Today I want to talk about assemblies. I'm amazed at how so many people don't quite understand what an assembly is, how it works, and why the software produces a particular material list. So first of all, an assembly, in the terms that I'm going to be using today, is just a group of material that's associated with an entry. So today we're going to be talking about receptacles. So when we enter a quantity of receptacles, our assembly is going to be 1/2 inch conduit, connectors, couplings, straps, conductors, box, cover, wire nuts, plaster ring, receptacle plate, crown, and stinger. So we're going to fill in the quantities of all these items just by one entry of receptacles. So it simply works this way. If I wanted to enter 100 receptacles, it's that quick. I have filled in the quantities for all the items below. So if you had to hand write out all these parts and pieces, and you had to put associated man hours beside it, and associated cost, and total all that, I'm positive you couldn't do it as quickly as you can like this. So we'll add quantity of 50. So not only do I have the quantities of these, I have a total man hours and a total cost, auto calculated from pre-selections that I made before I entered that 50 receptacles. And you can take this a step further, and you can go ahead and have it auto calculate your labor, material, profit, your overhead, and total cost. So that's pretty easy once you grasp it. So assembly is going to be choices made prior to estimating that's going to be associated with an item. So before I entered these 50 receptacles, I chose what I wanted to be associated with it. So let's move over to the software and see how that works in real life. So we're going to click receptacles. We're going to click new. And again, this is a duplex receptacle. I can put in 100, save, and close, or assembly details. And these are all my parts and pieces that I've pre-selected prior to making that entry. So let's go back and address the choices that were made. So let's look at raceway. So we chose 1/2 inch EMT set screw fittings, 1 per 10 foot, 1 per 10 foot of couplings, 1 per 10 foot of straps, and we used a 1-hole strap. We didn't put anything for 90s because on 1/2 inch EMT you can bend that. But let's say we wanted a different type of strap. You can hit overwrite strap. Let's just try unistrut. So now we're going to enter a 1/2 inch unistrut strap with our selection in lieu of the 1-hole strap. On the options, you can choose what size wire, how many wires, wire nuts, there's crown and stinger, etc. So go to our assembly. Go to assembly details. You can see our unistrut straps now have been changed. So go back to Raceway. If if you'd wanted MC cable, you would just change EMT to MC, hit save, assembly details, and now everything is wired in MC cable. So that's changing the assembly. That's all there is to it. I hope that helps you understand how this screen populates with material. It can all be changed by your raceway selections and option selections. So on this receptacle, so looking deeper into this, you have a quantity, I'll say 100. So this is a single receptacle, not a single receptacle, but one receptacle. And this is the type of receptacle it's going to be, 5362 spec grade ivory. It's going to be a duplex receptacle plate, a distance of 20 foot apart. And you can change this distance to 10 foot if you just wanted to get it above the ceiling and then scale the difference. Or if you wanted to average it all, you could leave it at 20 or whatever you like. So the second one is a GFI with a weatherproof cover and a quad receptacle. If there's other receptacle choices that you need, you simply just go to the next line, choose one, choose the type of receptacle you want it to be, choose the plate that you want it to be, and the distance apart you want it to be. So now we've added a hospital grade receptacle. If by chance there's a receptacle that you need to add that's not in the list, the drop down, you can go to the admin panel and add it in. So let's go to the admin panel, go to drop downs, go to receptacles. So here all your products can be added to. So we're going to go all the way over to receptacles. So you would click new, let's go to device, and choose the device that we want to use. Let's go through the list to see what you'd like to have. So let's add a TVSS receptacle. So now when we go back to the control panel and we go to receptacles and we want to add one, so we're going to add 12 1-gang receptacles, TVSS, plate, 20 foot apart. Now that's added to the estimate. So this kind of gives you an overview of how to use the assembly and how to modify and add to the database. So there's our receptacle we added. I hope this gives you some insight. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.